Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Roll one up, let's catch this flight.
Hey, it's your boy Tight. But you tuning in with Ray Ray's podcast. Kicking my boy Ray. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we're back at it again. You know, it is your boy Ray. Ray from Ray Ray's podcast. Thank you for rocking with us one more time. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, make sure you pause this video real quick. Make sure you like, subscribe, and following all things Ray Ray's podcast. And you tapped into all the things we got going on. Man, like I said, this year we're celebrating 5 years of Ray Ray's podcast all year. Everyone's like, all year? Yeah, we're celebrating it all year. Celebrating 5 years. So this is where we're going to be bringing back some of our favorite guests all time on the show and introducing y'all some really cool, dope people, you know, in the building here on Ray Ray's podcast, all right? So real quick, let's pay some bills real quick. I got to shout out my friends at Lit Vacations. There's LITT Vacations. If you're trying to book that next, you know, homie or homegirl trip, the bachelor, bachelorette party, a family reunion, destination wedding, hit up my guy Austin with Lit Vacations. He's going to make sure you're taken care of from your excursions, all the way from your transfers to or from the airport. Make sure you hit them up. Tell them your guy Ray from Ray Ray's podcast sent you. Cool. So on the show, we like to always start off the show with positive words. A lot of people are always dealing with a bunch of things, you know, mentally, physically, whatever is going on in their life. This is the moment of the show. I just want to pour back into people, you know, hit Control, Alt, Delete, and start the day over, all right? So just in case somebody told you today, I just want you to know that you're beautiful, you're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason. Hey, you're stronger than you think. Whatever it is you're going through in your life right now, you're going to get through this. See, here on this show, my show, Ray Ray's podcast, I am glad that you are alive, and most importantly, don't give up. You know, we all fight battles every day. It's what we feed ourselves and our minds and our heart when we're going through those battles to get you through those situations. So I always try to focus on the positive and not the negative. Cool. All right. So, you know, at the beginning of the year, we started a new segment. It's called Shout Out. This is where we shout out amazing artists, different places we want you to check out, different TV shows, things of that nature, okay? So today, we want to shout out the whole good Latimer district. Bunch of amazing places you could check out, from Vice Park to, we got Sporting Club, we got Bloom, we got Johnny's. You gotta check out Johnny's, right? You gotta check out the new spot out there, man. They are running Dallas right now. A bunch of amazing places. Whatever you're looking for, whatever you're trying to do, I'm pretty sure they got you covered. So go check out the good Latimer district. Man, they got you covered there. Cool. Let's get to today's guest, man. Man, we had him on a show maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. One of the biggest movers and shakers here for the entertainment in Dallas, as far as restaurants, bars, all that type of concepts. We're going to welcome the homie, our friend, Mr. Rico Taylor, in the building. What's up, Rico? How we doing?
I'm doing good, man. I like when you start that show with a good vibe.
We got you. You got to start off with good vibes. That's most important, man. But thank you for taking time out your day. We know you got all this stuff popping up. You know, it's about to be Memorial Day weekend, which is it's a big weekend here. You know,
Yes, sir.
big money weekend. But you know, you took time out your day, you know, to come rock with us again, and we greatly appreciate that. All right.
Thanks for having me.
Oh no, wrong. It's been probably, like I said, about 3 or 4 years since you've been on the show. If I remember correct, I think we had just had Sporting Club in Bloom kind of open up.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the process of working on Vice Park, which now that thing's a monster in itself right now. So let's catch the people up. Since the last time you were on the show, man, what's been going on with you and what's been going on with the company?
Yeah. So basically, since the last time we spoke, Vice Park is open. That was a process of almost 5 years, so it was a lengthy process, but we finally got open last August, I believe. And just kind of been grinding on it. It's a big venue. We got a nightclub downstairs. We got a rooftop. We got a pool. So we're just, you know, going through the process, just figuring out each room, what works, seasons, and stuff like that. But we're enjoying it, and we're figuring it out, and things are going well.
Yeah, man, we're seeing, man, you guys have really had some of the top-notch talent come through Dallas. Mm-hmm. They all stop at one of the venues, whether it be, you know, Vice Park, mm-hmm. whether it be, you know, Sporting Club, Bloom, Concrete Cowboy. Right. And one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, you know, did you ever think that would be an issue having all those spots right next to each other?
You know, I always kind of always wanted to have a block where I have so many venues. You know, kind of started with the Concrete Cowboy and Clutch on Cedar Springs, and I saw how we were able to create the traffic there and get the venues where they're both busy at the same time, stuff like that. So come down to Gladimir, I planned on doing 2 or 3, and it just kind of the process went on. We ended up, right now, this time next year we'll have 5 on the block. So the goal is, just to bring more people down there, and I want all the bars busy there, not just mine, but there's other bars down there, that's their success is a big part of us, and vice versa, because we all support each other, and the big thing is that we want Dallas to come to that block and see it as the primary entertainment district in the city.
Yeah. That's something I think that's really cool. You just touched on there, because if your neighbor is busy, okay, eventually they're going to cause an overflow. Mm-hmm. So people are like, well, why don't we just go next door? It's going to keep traffic recycled, basically. It's circling through the traffic or whatever. So people have choices.
Right.
I think it's great when someone has choices, because I'm the type of person, when I go out, I don't like staying in one spot. I kind of like hopping around. Mm-hmm. Now that I have all these different venues are right here. Okay, let's go check here. Let's go get a drink here. Let's tap out. Let's go over here. Then, okay, which one we like best? Let's go back to wherever we like best. When you have that power of choice and option, I think that's a great thing. All right. Yeah. When you were here last time, you kind of touched on your beginning, how you got into the nightlife industry. You talked about how you started off as a doorman, and that was like honestly one of my favorite quotes on the show. You told the story about how a guy gave you $1,000 at the door, mm-hmm. and it kind of got the wheels turning in your brain. Like, okay, if I'm doing this out here,
right,
what can I make inside? Then from there, we've seen, where you at now.
Right.
So let's run back through that again. So someone who never saw that, give them a, basically Cliff Notes version
right.
of what.
So basically, I moved to Scottsdale, or at that time I moved to Tempe, Arizona, and I was going out to school there, and I was looking for a job, and I got a job as doing some construction, and overnight construction at Supersize, where I was basically cutting out floors. And I was like, there's got to be something better than this, you know what I mean? So I was like, nightlife looks like it'd be something fun. So I applied at a couple places. I got a call back from one, and my original plan was to do inside security. I didn't know anything else at that point. And I went and interviewed, and there was 2 twins that were running that place, Jesse and Jimmy, who I don't talk to all the time, but I still know. And they said, we don't need indoor security, but we do need a door guy. Would that something you'd be interested in? I said, yeah, I'll try it out. First time I get there, I go to the door. The door guy's been up there for a little bit. He kind of breaks it down how it works. He says, I'll take care of the regular line. You take care of the VIP line, and and everything should work out. About 12:30, 12:45 that night, a group comes up and should have to get a table. I take care of them, get them in at the door, and the guy hands me a wad of cash. So I put the cash in my hand, put it in my pocket. Later on that night, I get home not knowing how much money it was. Pull it out on my bed, and I kind of count out as $10, $100 bills. And at that point in my life, that was most money I probably had at one time. So I kind of look back at that time and realized that was the turning point on when I really wanted to continue in this business.
Yeah. So I mean, we saw, mm-hmm. and it's just one of the things too. When you start with something small, it's like a seed.
Right.
You have to start something small. You have to water it. Mm-hmm. You have to grow it. You have to nurture it, and then it fulfills. That seed essentially got you to where you're at now. Definitely. So I mean, if you didn't have that simple, mm-hmm. that curiosity and that hunger, there's something to this, okay?
Right, exactly.
That curiosity, yeah.
And it's just crazy how all the different things led up to that time, right?
Yeah.
The different places not hiring me, or going to this one and getting hired there, and it's just you look back on your life, and I think this for everybody. Yeah. They could kind of see change to the arrow in the road, right? Where you take left or take right.
Yeah. But I always believe things happen for a reason. Mm-hmm. Doors close for a reason, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. We think a door closes, we think oh, this is the end of it, but no. I think there's something greater that's meant for you, a bigger door meant for you to walk through. So people, that's always like to tell people hey, just because you didn't get a yes today doesn't mean you're not gonna get a yes tomorrow. Right. You keep doing it. And one of the sayings I always say on the show: if you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. Consistency is the key to everything in life, because you can't do anything without being consistent, right? So, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna give up, or are you gonna keep going? Because I know there had to be a lot of times where, things looked like it was gonna happen. Perfect example. How long did it take to get Vice Park up and running?
Perfect example. Yeah. You look back on things. You kind of see how you fought for them and you put the extra effort in and how it paid off, right? I think everyone could look at their life and kind of figure that out and see those moments.
Yeah, so it's all about defining that moment, finding that moment for you, and, see what you're going to do for that, all right? So now we got Concrete Cowboy, which has been in the Star. It's been a staple of the Star for so long,
One of the original, I think it was one of the 3 originals that opened up with the Star.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of the places there, they've gone bye-bye. They're gone.
Yeah.
Sushi Marquee
Yep.
is gone.
Yep.
Was it Tupelo Honey? They're still there, or
I don't think they're there anymore.
I don't think because they're gone. There's
Basically, the area we're at, right there, kind of by the field, I think we're the last standing.
Yeah.
Like you said, Marquee was across from us. They're closed down now, and then across the street from us was City Works.
Yes, I remember City Works.
And that one's no longer there. And then everything. Oh, the pizza places continue to stay open below us, but besides that, we're kind of we're the ones fighting up there.
Even on the corner now it's a Sidecar Social.
Yep.
But before Sidecar Social, it was with Trophy Park or something like that,
Something like
Trophy
that,
Room or something like that.
Right.
Which is a funny story. We got a funny story for that.
Okay.
So it was me, Tyron, and a couple other our friends. I think Blake and another one of our friends. We went to D Lincoln. Then we came upstairs to Concrete one night. This is like after everything opened back up after the pandemic.
Right,
this
right.
is 2020. So we was like, let's go check out Trophy Park real quick. So we go in there. When I say we walked in the door, everyone saw who it was. And like all attention turned to us. Like, so I go to the bar, I buy the drinks or whatever. Like I'm hearing these girls say like, I'm gonna get these guys to buy us drinks. I'm like, looking at like, okay, whatever. So it got so bad. We were getting mobbed. Blake was like, bro, did you tab out? We literally had to run out of Trophy Park.
They saw Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to run out of Trophy Park to get back to Concrete. like run out of there. And because girls were like cutting girls off, like, hey, I'm such and such.
Right.
I'm like, wow, this is.
That's wild. That's
I was
funny.
like, I couldn't be that. Like,
It was funny as Tyron walks into Concrete and it's not like normal.
yeah, that's exactly.
Yes, it's wild that like just down the block,
Yeah.
or not even down the block, down the same shopping entertainment district that changed like that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of the things about Concrete. Like, I feel like you can have a certain status there and not have to worry about being mobbed and things of that nature. I think that's always been a really cool thing, especially at Concrete where we just had the ACMs there. So there's always a lot of things going on there, really at all your venues. But that was like the real big staple before we got to the whole good Latimer district and all that stuff like that. So that's one thing I always want to commend you guys on, man. Y'all do a lot of volume there, and there's never hardly ever any issues I've ever seen.
No,
really there.
Concrete Frisco has been amazing. And there's certain days of the week where certain cowboys like they go there every day on that week and hang out and eat and drink and kind of do their thing. So like you said, the Country Music Awards, the ACMs, there's random country stars that walk in there and have dinner all the time. Yeah. So it's become kind of normalized. Yeah. People expect to see someone there, which is good and bad.
Yes.
But we're fortunate that they come in there, and they come on their own. Which is the key.
Yeah, it's great. Like the music is always great, the food is always great. If you ever go to Concrete, my little combination on my cheat days, the macaroni squares. Definitely gotta get some macaroni squares, and you gotta get the wings. Some of the best wings, like pure. What I do is I do all flats, buffalo with lemon pepper seasoning on top. That's the way I do them there.
I like it. Yeah, we get a lot of compliments on the wings.
Yeah, the wings are. Bro, there's times I'm like, bro, I need another order of these. Like we run through it, I'm like, let's get another order. Yeah.
I was there last Wednesday and I had the lemon pepper wings. They're like you said, they're fire, man. And I'm not a wing guy.
Yeah.
But like I'll eat those at least once a week.
There was one time I was there with Tyron. His hands were so big, he knocked the whole basket over, trying to get it. And they saw us like dropping. They got us another order out.
That's too funny, man.
that was cool. All right. So like I said, the Concrete Cowboy, that was a staple there. Because originally you had Concrete Cowboy, like I said, it was Cedar Springs, you had Clutch. Then after that, I believe it was Sporting Club, Bloom, correct?
Well, in Dallas, that was.
Yes.
Originally it was Concrete Cowboy Dallas. Then we opened up Concrete Cowboy Austin, which we recently, after almost 10 years, shut it down and remodeled it as Willow, which is a country bar in Austin. And then after that, we did Concrete Houston, then we did Clutch.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, from that, then one of the things I thought was cool, too, was with Sporting Club, you get the two different venues in one. I always thought that was really cool.
Right. Yep.
You got Sporting Club one side, you got Bloom on the other side. It's like kind of the best
Right.
of both worlds. I thought that was really cool. Like, remember a lot of times for fight nights, we were over at Sporting Club side.
Club, yeah.
All right, let's go to
Yeah.
let's go to Bloom.
And we ended up shutting down Bloom about 8 months ago, and that's where I put Johnny Cabrones.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been wanting to do a Mexican restaurant for a while, and it kind of fell with because Bloom was a nightclub and it wasn't going to compete with Vice Park.
Yeah,
It's not on the same level.
Yeah.
So we figured that was our opportunity to do our little spin on a Mexican restaurant.
So that's smart and brand awareness. Knowing okay, if we're gonna do like an ultimate club, okay, this club is not
Right.
gonna.
Yeah.
So that's smart. That's self awareness and like business savvy. Like, okay, what can we make that where this still. We got to make use of the space here we still have. So what can we make that? And that's really cool because right now the vibe has been what we have here: tequila,
Right.
tequila, tacos.
Yeah, that's the vibe, man.
That's just all. That's been the vibe for the last like couple years, and that's funny too. Like with the waves, especially like on alcohol, how you have like the waves. You know, at one point you had a vodka wave. Everyone was doing vodka.
Yep.
Every celebrity had a vodka at some point. Now it's tequila is the wave right now. Everyone's got a tequila. I don't think gin has ever had a wave. I don't think nobody like gin like that.
You know what's funny is I like gin. I'll be going to Brazil, and that's what I was drinking gin and gin tonic and like what was it, oranges and
Yeah.
like just the bunch of fruits and stuff. It's fire, but yeah, tequila's on fire in general.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, people loving it.
And it's funny too. Like when I turned 21, I really didn't drink like that. I'm like, oh, what have I ever heard in songs? I heard about gin and juice.
Right.
I tried a
Yeah.
gin and juice. I'm like,
Yeah,
this wasn't for me.
yeah, well, like, I know when I graduated college, I was old enough to drink. Like we took a shot of tequila, like to punish someone, right? Like,
Yeah.
like give us 4 shots of tequila, so we could be like,
Yeah.
and that was like, oh, like why do we just do that?
Yeah.
And now it's normal.
But it's funny too. People don't know that like there's a lot of health benefits of doing tequila. That's one of the main reasons why I drink it now because I found out I was a diabetic, so I turned down.
Yeah.
I changed a lot of things. I had to change a lot of habits. That's why I say cheat days. That's when I go.
Right. I tell myself there's a lot of health benefits.
Yeah.
Tequila make myself feel better.
There you go. There you go. You don't know. You're psyching yourself up. Yes, this is great for me.
Yeah.
But actually, people don't know tequila actually lowers your blood sugar.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. But like, if I'm doing tequila, definitely reposado.
Yep.
I like doing añejo. I can do blanco, but reposado is definitely
I like Repo and
Yeah.
Añejo a lot.
yeah.
Another thing is that tequila is the only one that's like an upper. All
Yeah.
the other drinks are downers. So
Yeah.
So yeah, if they say if you're gonna drink
Drink tequila.
drink tequila.
It's gonna make you happy
Yeah, it's gonna make you happy.
because brown gets you down.
You got to stay away from that. No rums and stuff like that. I don't think there's any benefits, but yeah, they say if you drink, tequila is your best option.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And Happy Dad.
Happy Dad, yeah. Shout out to Happy Dad. Shout out Tyler. That's my guy over there.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing today? I was gonna come to the studio. He's like, oh, I would, but I'm out of town.
Oh, yeah?
But we'll catch you next time, Tyler.
Finally got a break, man. Happy Dad, Sammy, give him a little time off for Tyler be running around the city.
Bro, and that Tesla, that Cybertruck he's got,
Yep.
the American flag. I'm like, hey, you want to know? That's the best. I think that's the best branding out there.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
You know where Happy Dad is. You see that truck, and you know exactly what it is. I know John, Sammy's brother, co-owner of Happy Dad's, really tight with Elon.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they worked out a nice little deal.
Yeah,
so,
like go ahead, throw me one of these.
buy 2 get 1 free.
Yeah,
something.
man. Like that.
But no, they're marketing geniuses, so it's cool to see that.
All right. So, what's next for Soul Clutch Group?
All right, so basically right now we're finalizing Bourbon Street. We
Okay.
opened up a concrete cowboy on Bourbon Street, 500 Bourbon Street. It's right on the middle. If there's a football field, we're on the 50-yard line. Amazing building, a lot of history to it, and it's going to be opening within the next 2 weeks. So
Okay.
we're super excited about that. It's we look at the geographics of Bourbon Street and realize it's top 5 busiest streets in the country. Over 19 million people visiting it. And we want a piece of it, and we hope that we could go out there and commingle with everyone, and gain our worth there, and respect, and do something different that people like.
Okay. So, far as all the different cities across the nation right now, where is all Soul Clutch Group's concepts at?
So the only cities it's going to be in is in Bourbon Street, New Orleans, New Orleans, Louisiana, Dallas, Texas, Frisco, Texas, and in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
That's where we're at right now.
Are we thinking about expanding anywhere else across the nation?
I'll be honest with you. Right now, I'm content with kind of what's going on. I want to get Bourbon Street built and going, and then we have another concept we're putting on Galatimer. I bought a building behind Vice Park over there that we have a couple options on, and kind of finalizing the deal on that. And then after that, I just want to kind of focus on what we have. Probably the next 9 to 12 months, and then just see where all the cards fall and decide on the next move.
Yep. What are your thoughts about? I think it's really popping right now. Tennessee, Nashville, more specifically.
Obviously, I would love to be on Broadway. You hear the numbers, you see the people out there and stuff like that. But that's that's big. You know what I mean? That's there's not places on Broadway for rent. For lease. You know what I mean? That's probably the hottest market right now.
Yeah.
So, would I like to get out there? I would. Is it going to happen? I don't know. If that's going to happen.
Okay. All right. So we got this segment on the show. It's called
Slow down. I just wanna get to know you.
Slow Down. We just want to get to know you. This is kind of where we ask you some random questions. We don't even know where we're going to go with these questions. We're going to get somewhere eventually with them, but we're going to see. Before we start...
And there's no prepping, right? So it's off the head.
It's off the head. It's off the head, all right?
All right.
So before we start off the Slow Down segment, I want you to shout out all the places people can check you out on social media, check out So Clutch Group, different things of that nature, and other events you got coming up you want people to go check out.
Yeah, so you can find me at Rico Taylor 34 on Instagram, Facebook. You can find us on Soul Clutch Group. You can find every venue off of that: Vice Park, Sporting Club, Concrete Cowboy. It's pretty easy to find on Instagram. Our website, soulclutchgroup.com. You could look up the venues, see hours, see what's coming through there. This week is obviously Memorial Weekend. We have a crazy lineup. We're kind of doing hip hop at Sporting Club, EDM at Vice Park this weekend. For Sporting Club, we have Jello performing this Friday.
Swerve in that corner. Whoa.
Yes, sir. Yep. Big ballers, baby. And then on Sunday we have Key Glock. So he has a concert, and then he's going to be performing at Sporting Club and have the after party there.
Okay.
As far as Vice Park, we have Twin Sick on Saturday, which is EDM, crazy vibes. What up, man? And then on Sunday at the pool we have Levy, which is on fire right now as far as doing DJ sets all over the country and just creating crazy vibes. So we're excited about that.
All right, so let's switch gear real quick. Just while we just talked about Jello.
Yeah.
All right, so his brother Lonzo. There's a rumor talking about Lonzo the Mavericks may be interested in Lonzo. What would you think about that?
I think we need a point guard while Kyrie's hurt. I think what they're saying, Kyrie will be out till December, January. So we definitely I don't see us having a point guard right now. So I think if he could stay healthy, you know, but that's if he could stay healthy. I'd rather see someone like the point guard from Houston, what's his name, Van Fleet or whatever. I would love to get him in the time being, because I think even with Kyrie, them two could play off each other. It'd be crazy.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the price tag of Van Fleet, though. Yeah. What would you have to give up? Because he should be he's a free agent.
Free agent, right?
That's right, because I think he can opt out of his deal or whatever, because he's on like a 3-year deal or whatever, or something like that. So
I think the time to pay up now, right? We let Luka go, so I think there's some money.
We're going to talk about that here in a second, all right? All right, so this is one of our favorite questions to always ask on this segment, all right? If I'm Ray, and I'm the movie producing, and I want to make the Rico Taylor So Clutch Group movie, okay?
Okay.
Who's starring as you in the movie?
What age period would I be?
Let's do it this way. That's a good question. Let's break out your life into different phases of your life.
Oh, that's interesting. I might have just screwed myself with that. I think like as maybe like a little older version of me, maybe Benicio del Toro.
Okay.
He has that. I'm Hispanic. He has that Hispanic vibes to him.
Yeah.
Obviously everyone wants to say The Rock, right? I want The Rock to play me.
Dwayne.
But yeah, I don't think the description fits. As a younger version, that's tough, man. That's tough, bro. It's like what's a cool young actor? Give me some names out there.
To be honest, I don't even know any good. What about Timothy Chalamet? Whatever his name is. Yeah, the guy from Dune.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Dune 2 is fire.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies. He'd be cool. What else? I don't know. What's like another? It's tough to pick up on these young actors, but I think definitely. And then maybe when I got older, who's the dude from? What's his name? Bourdem. You know what I'm talking about? From No Country for Old Men.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
he's dope
yeah,
as hell too.
yeah.
A little older version.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if we did make the movie, which venue is gonna have the prominent role in the movie? All right, which one we're gonna spend the most detail on?
I think we got to go with Concrete Cowboy, the OG.
Yeah,
the one that started it all. I think that's gonna kind of give out how it started, how it became, and that's where I learned the most and became who I am the most. So I'd have to start with that.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, so we live in a time where everyone likes to make lists. That's always something that's great. People like to debate different lists, all right? So with the Soul Clutch Group, you always have a bunch of celebrities coming through, rappers, artists, different things of that nature. I'm gonna put you on the spot here, all right? No offense to anyone else out there. Your top 5 people you've had come through any of the venues.
Top 5, like my interactions with them, or just like their vibe.
All of it, all of their
performance?
vibe versus their star power, all of that things of that nature. If you had to rank your top 5 to come through,
Top 5 people, and this is no order. These top 5, we'll say they're equal. I say Ray Shmurda, killed it. Mm-hmm. That's Sway Lee and his brother, right, Jimmy. Mm-hmm. Who was another good one that I liked? The Baby. Cool as hell. Fire. Did a good performance. Another one would be Stevie Aoki.
Okay.
Dope performance. Cool dude. Talk to everyone. Crazy energy, crazy vibe. Like you see him just put it out there. Another one would be, who recently have we had? 2 Chainz. Sick.
Okay.
Kind of old school vibe. Just vibed out. Cool as hell with everyone. And then lastly, Key Glock. I thought he brought the energy. Mm-hmm. He brings that Memphis vibe. It's kind of unsteady, uncomfortable, but still it's what it is. But yeah, okay. I think those 5.
Okay. I'll tell you one of my favorites that always come through. Shout out to girl Tay Money. Tay Money always brings the energy every time she comes. There's always a turn up with her. So yeah, shout out Tay.
Yeah, she's badass. She's a cool girl and shows everyone love and holds it down for Dallas, right?
Yeah. She's all right. So one of the venues is called Sporting Club. Let's talk about some sports for a second here. All right.
Okay.
You talked about Luka's gone from the Mavericks or whatever.
Right.
So let's talk about this. How in the world this happened? You trade Luka, okay? Play in the play-in game and get the number 1 pick in the draft. Do you think that was rigged? Give me your thoughts.
I think the actual chances was 1.8%, correct?
Yes.
So you have 1.8% to get the number 1 pick. You just gave up Luka for Anthony Davis, and I don't know. And Anthony Davis is good, but everyone knows that ain't worthy of Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
So I think absolutely the NBA made a side deal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
This is what I think the deal was. All right. Dallas, okay. LeBron's retiring. Mm-hmm. We need a superstar here in LA, all right? So what would you think about you give us Luka, okay?
Right.
We're going to give you the number 1 pick in return, and we'll talk about, to the governor of Texas about getting gambling legalized here at some point.
Yeah, it's definitely fishy. You know what I mean? I think, and I think with the fans and the uproar and stuff like that, I don't, you know what I mean? I just don't think any team. And then they doubled down on it. Like 10 days later, they're like, we're gonna raise our tickets 8%. Like they knew this. There was more coming with this, right?
Did you know actually it was like 7.7%? Actually,
that's so funny.
It's what they just said it was 8%, but then someone said it's actually 7.7. Right. I'm like, that's a slap in the face. You raise it 7.7.
And also, you got to understand, during that time, the NBA, their TV ratings in the gutter, right?
Yeah.
The lowest in 30 years or something crazy. So they had to make that splash to get the people watching and get that drama,
Yeah.
And Luka in LA, it's one of him and the Joker, the 2 biggest international players.
Yeah.
So they want to get those ratings up, and I guess when you're part of the NBA, it benefits everyone because everyone's getting that TV money.
Yeah. And also too, people don't realize that Dallas, I think it was number 4 market.
Number 3 market.
Yeah, it was the number 3 market, and they couldn't afford to lose out on that market because people were ready to tune out. Once Luka was gone, like, why do we need to tune into this anymore? Yeah. So they couldn't afford, no, we can't.
Yeah, we can't just dismantle Matt.
We can't do that. We have to get some people there because Dallas in general as a hub, not only from the entertainment side of it, what you guys doing, everything in Dallas is hot right now. Mm-hmm. From media, from businesses. Mm-hmm. Look at all the sports teams. We got Paige Beckers. Yeah. Mavericks got the number 1 pick.
World Cup
is coming. George Pickens has got traded. Dallas is hot stars right now.
In the
Western Conference.
Finals.
So it's we can't afford to lose out on that market. And plus, the NFL is breathing down the NBA's neck, especially with the Christmas stuff. You saw those Christmas games?
They stacked them. Yeah, NFL came in, opened up Christmas, and smacked the NBA
Yeah.
ratings. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's about to be crazy.
Right.
I told my parents and my family, I'm like, if the Mavericks play on Christmas too, because the Cowboys are already playing, I'm like, if the Mavericks are playing on Christmas too, you're not going to see me on Christmas. I'm sorry.
Right,
We can do it the day before or the day after. You're not going to see
the
me.
TV's going to be on, right? Or
Yeah.
You can go to both games?
Yeah.
You try to catch both?
I don't know. I'm going to have to
Cowboys
watch
play
it
at home on
somewhere.
Christmas?
You said what?
Do the Cowboys play at home on Christmas?
I think so. No. I can't remember. I got to go look at that.
Yeah.
But have you seen that schedule?
Yeah.
The Cowboys has a hard schedule this year.
The hardest 4-game stretch, right? In the
Yeah.
NFL.
They go, it's like Philly, Kansas City, in Detroit.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
4 in a row. They said no one has ever had a schedule like that before.
Yeah, that's tough. You got 2 teams that were in the Super Bowl and then 2 teams that were like in the top 6, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Cowboys, man, and they're supposed to have the third easiest schedule because they came in third in the conference. So I don't know how that works or whatever, but it seems like they kind of got screwed on that schedule.
The 49ers they said the 49ers has the easiest schedule out there, but
They're gonna need it.
yeah, they're gonna need it. Okay. All right. So you said we talked about some of the amazing people that you've already had come through all the different venues, all right? Mm-hmm. Your top 5 dream people you want to come through.
Top 5 dream?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I'll start with I'll do 2 EDMs and like 3 hip hop. I would love to have John Summit.
Okay.
I think he's a vibe. I think he's hot right now. Obviously killing it everywhere. And then my second would be Rufus.
Okay.
If I get them in there,
Okay.
crazy. They were here a couple of weeks ago, and I saw the city just kind of change. Even though he's going through a little weird period right now, and things are a little goofy with him. Drake.
That's still a big name, bro. Like people will still the doors would be like
Right.
the line would be ridiculous.
When Drake was out here, I think a year and a half ago for his concert, he did two dates out here. I literally saw like the city energy change
Yeah.
when he was here.
Yeah.
Like the whole OVO thing, the whole movement and stuff like that. Like I felt it. We had the after parties both nights, and you could just tell the difference in the city. But yeah, Drake would be my number 1. Number 2, probably Little Baby.
Okay. He's about to come on tour here.
He is, right?
Was it the Wham tour or whatever, something like that? Yeah, he's about to come to Dallas. Like, I forgot who was all on that tour. I want to say Big X is on that tour.
Big X.
Big X,
and,
yeah.
What is it? NR, what's his name?
I can't
Cutter.
remember.
NL.
Yeah,
NLA Cutter.
and Chopper or whatever, I think, whatever.
Chopper, yeah.
Yeah, same difference. Yeah. Y'all know who we're talking about.
So he's not on the list, obviously.
Yeah.
But the third, I got Drake, Little Baby. Third would be, think here, someone got to be something fire. Oh, The Weeknd.
Okay.
I would go
Oh,
on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Actually, The Weeknd be number 1, and then we're going. Then
We're
going Drake. And,
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a question for you: if you could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive,
Okay.
who are you choosing?
Number 1, Elon Musk.
Okay.
Easy one for me. Number 2, Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
No, that's a tough one. Between him and Elon, I think I still go Elon, Kobe number 2. Number 3, my grandma.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that I'm not put on the back end, but
Hey, but no, we know what you meant, bro.
but yeah. Those three would be my top 3 for sure.
And then one of the things I would say about Kobe is people don't have to understand that he went through an adversity at one point in life.
Yeah.
No one wasn't messing with Kobe at one point. There was a
Right.
small period of time.
Right.
But he continued to be himself.
And
everyone realized, oh my God, this
you kind of look back from when number 8 turned to 24, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I honestly, at that point, I didn't really like the number 8 Kobe. I love the number 24 Kobe, right? In my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think he grew up. I think he changed. I think he saw things differently too.
Yeah.
And it's big. I'm sure when you're going through that in your life, you got to open your eyes. And I think it made him better. Mm-hmm. And I don't believe a lot of those allegations.
Yeah.
I think just having that spotlight and that negativity, it made him a better man.
Yeah.
And I think he portrayed that with his daughters, right? Later on down the line.
Yeah. Yeah. See, everyone always to give the debate who's the GOAT between MJ and LeBron. I'm like, first off, who have you ever seen? Man, I can't wait to get me a pair of LeBrons.
Yeah.
Not no one ever said that. Not never.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta get the LeBrons. No one ever said that.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone wear LeBron.
Exactly. My point taken right there.
We're
So-
looking at 3. He has the Kobe's. You got
the Kobe's.
You got the Adidas Kobe's.
that was
That's
rare.
crazy.
Yeah.
Adidas Kobe's.
Yeah. So we don't ever see
Yeah.
anyone say I'm rocking LeBron. Just
Right.
no one's not doing it.
No.
But also too, I think the GOAT debate is between MJ and Kobe.
Right.
Kobe is basically the mirror image almost of MJ, and MJ says it himself. That was my that was my guy. He looked up to me. He's like, that boy right there is gonna be, he's gonna be something. And if you look, I don't think LeBron could handle the adversity that Kobe did.
Right.
I don't think LeBron would have been able to handle that.
I agree with that.
And you saw what Kobe did. You saw those trash years he had to go through. He put the team on his 81 points. Like he had some trash teams.
I kind of look at it this way. Like, so the way social media is and the coverage now, even Kobe got a lot of that. If we would have saw that side of Jordan, like the worth ethic and stuff like that, would he have been? I think there would be no question Jordan's a GOAT, right? Yeah. Just, he wins 6 chips, leaves, they lose 2. He wins 3, lose 2, wins 3. Never went to Game 7.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, Jordan's different. And I know in his younger years, they say, the Pistons, this and that. But, Jordan was playing with scrubs, bro.
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody's. And the Pistons were grown. It was different. Those were grown men jumping on him, kicking him, pushing him, tackling him.
The rules were different back then, guys. And it's not today's league. Like, look, put Michael Jordan in today's league, he's averaging 65 points a game.
Easy. And all that, and Jordan was smart enough to say, what do I need to do? I need to go to the gym and get stronger.
Yep.
And that's what turned the whole thing. And, everyone else could have done that, but no one did that.
Yeah.
Jordan's the one who went to the gym and got stronger. So I think Jordan, by hands down, is a GOAT. My favorite player is Kobe, but Jordan, I think, is the best of all time.
Yeah. So someone had told me this argument one time. I was like, it's the stupidest argument I've ever heard. They was like, well, he played with Hall of Famers and Pippen and Rodman. I'm like, yeah, but he didn't go recruit them.
Yeah.
He didn't build no super teams. He didn't tell, like, hey, I need you, to come be the 7th man off the bench when you were an all-star over here. Like, no, it wasn't none of that. Like,
those guys were drafted or traded for, right?
Yeah.
And, Rodman, imagine if Rodman played in this day and age, what would he be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be honest, he wouldn't be doing it. Like Rodman. It's such a different era. Like, and Jordan made those people better, and Pippen evolved because I think Jordan. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. If we would have seen Pippen by himself, because he says it in his interviews now, he's like, I would have been, LeBron or my. Yeah. Would you have? Yeah. Would you have been? Right. No.
It's wise. So, but yeah, I think what Jordan accomplished, bro, he's still, his shoes are carrying Nike. Nike's falling off a cliff. Yeah. Except Jordan retros, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So Jordan's the man, bro.
You can never say no to some Jordans, ever.
Never.
Jordans are perfect for every occasion.
Jordan 1s, I'll wear every single day with anything.
Bro, I probably have 40 different colorways of Jordan 1s. Same. These are some of my favorite ones right here. Just throwing it right there on the camera right there. Yeah, you can never go wrong with a Jordan 1.
No, sir.
Okay.
The perfect shoe.
It is the perfect shoe, all right? All right, so here's a question. What's something about you that gets misunderstood?
I think me being quiet. When you don't know me, I'm kind of quiet, a little standoff. And that's something I've worked on a lot the last few years, because I think I'm a bigger guy, I have tattoos, so they see someone quiet, not so outgoing, they already think this guy's an asshole. Yeah. And I get it. And that's something I worked on to be, when I talk to people, give them more time, more eye contact, show them a little bit more love, just make them feel more comfortable. And that's adjustments I made, just because I think it's better for me as a person. It's better for like the business environment as well.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so have you ever seen those airplanes? They fly them in the sky and they put like a banner, back on them, and you put a message on it. Yeah. If you could put your own custom message to fly across the sky, what would you want it to say?
What I wanted to say? It's a good question. What's something that sticks with me? I don't know, man. I gotta come back to that. Let me think about that one. That's a good one, though.
Let's think about that. And here we're gonna do something. Since we're celebrating 5 years, we're gonna take a little sip real quick. It's the first time we've done this on the show. All right, everyone, we're gonna get a sip real quick. We're gonna toast 5 years real quick. Let me pour my man up real quick. All right. Perfect. Here we go. Austin, you gotta get you a cup out of the kitchen, bro. You gotta. Toast you up, bro. Cheers to 5 years. Shout out to my guy Dave for making this for me. This is crazy. Custom.
It looks crystal, man. It looks like he looks like he came out of the pocket on that.
Yeah,
crystal bottle.
I know he did. Yeah.
Custom logo. I like it.
There you go, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Reposado. I know what you drink.
I see that.
I see you with the closet as well.
Ray Ray's podcast. That's dope.
You got a little perfect. There you go. There we go. All right. Hey, cheers, y'all. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Salud.
Rico Taylor, Austin, 5 years of Ray Ray's podcast.
Are we sipping this or chugging it?
Do take it to your own pleasure.
I'm chugging it.
Chug it. Yeah.
The only reason I'm chugging is because it's good for you.
It's good for me, right? Good for the health right there. See?
That's good. What is that? What tequila?
I can't say it on there because they ain't sponsored me, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you off here.
All right. It's good, though.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. We'll come back to that message. Do you want to?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite movies, I put Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what kind of came to my head when I started thinking about it. Stuck out.
Okay.
You know.
You know one of my favorite lines in that movie. Even when I'm right, I'm wrong. You know what they say? Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. Because I could have been wrong, but I could have been right.
Right. Yeah, that
doesn't make any sense to you. It's like,
that's one of those movies. That's one of those movies that if you watch that, you can actually pick up on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Business wise,
Yeah.
Like 50 spits game in that. You don't think about 50 being a businessman because you see him funny, corny on Instagram, but that dude's a monster, right?
Dude, he is. I loved it when he had dropped the Branson and all that stuff. How he goes on tour with all that. I remember he was at a Shell Check. I think I saw him up there. He was doing all, having it or buying everybody Branson or whatever. That's one guy I would never want beef with because it's never going to be over with you.
So when he was doing that, he actually pulled up the concrete during the day and did a big thing. And then I hung out with him then, and then I met him out in Houston. I threw the first pitch out to an Astros game, and I was in the suite with him.
Okay.
And dude, he literally sat there, just me and him, and he went on some stories, bro, and like he's on some deep stuff, bro.
Yeah,
Like it's wild.
But you see, like all the stuff he just did in Shreveport, opened the new studio he did. Like, I mean, everything he does, it touches. It's green light. Right. He calls it the green light gang. I mean, because everything he touches,
right.
That's like we want more part of that. We want more part of it. He was smart, and when he realized that okay, music scene done changed.
Right.
Let me swap the lane up.
Right.
Let me swap it, and he's still just as relevant as if he was doing music. What's it been? 22 years since what's the name dropped? The first Get Rich or Die Trying drop.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was literally I was in junior high school when that dropped, so that kind of gives an example. But yeah, you see someone like that, man, who's dominated. He was the number one rapper at one point.
Yeah.
Then goes to movies, crushes movies, then directing shows. Power was that like a top 5 show at one point?
Yeah.
And then he goes to the liquor business, crushes that.
Yeah.
He's got to be making money on his social media. He's funny as hell.
Because I remember when he first got into liquor, he was doing effing.
Yep.
I remember
That's
effing.
where he started, yep.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, let me try this out. And I told you, all those celebrities had those vodkas at one point.
He'd be trolling Diddy.
Bro, it's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, he'd be trolling, man. He'd be funny. But yeah, no, I've hung out with him 2 different times. And dude's cool, man. Smart, very genuine. So like he's one of those other people. I've never had him at the club before.
So we got to add him to the list now. We got to add him to the list, right there. Honorary mention.
Definitely
50
sounds dope.
We have 50, all right? All right, cool. All right. So when we always wrap up these interviews, I always like to ask 2 questions. If you could give any advice to anyone, no matter the subject, what would you give? And what would you want people to take away from the podcast today?
The biggest thing, man, is everyone's going to say work hard, blah, blah, blah. And I get that. Like, you no matter what in life, to accomplish anything, you got to work hard. But you just got to do it right. Like, the whole thing is, like, you always got to have, like, you got to be a stand-up person.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're going to lose because you're being a stand-up person, but you win later because of it. So always just be a good person, be kind, be genuine, treat people like you want to be treated. And things will come. Like, you give out good energy. The way you started that podcast with good energy and stuff like that, you put that on the universe.
Yeah.
Universe gives that back. And I'm big on that. Like, there is a universe, and it goes off of your energy.
Yeah.
So every day, wake up and try to give that energy. Be grateful. Be grateful you're healthy. Be grateful you have running water.
Yeah.
And good things will come.
Yeah. That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. Hey, make sure y'all going to go check him out. The whole Good Latimer District. If you're down here in the Dallas area, if you're Frisco, Concrete Cowboy at the Star, probably the most popping thing at the Star there. Make sure you're checking that out. What's going on with the Concrete? So you got anything going on up there soon?
In Frisco?
Yeah.
Right now, I haven't booked anything like that, but there's always something going on up there.
Yeah.
Like they do a lot of good activities. We had a big draft party up there recently. Yeah. Obviously, the ACMs we had our biggest buyout company history.
Okay.
Which was on that Thursday night, which was amazing. And then, but yeah, we always have something going on up there. There's always we don't do a lot of acts up there, just because it's hard to get them up there.
Up there, yeah. It's Frisco. Like, what am I doing in Frisco? Yeah.
We've had some small stuff. We've
Yeah.
had Soulja Boy and some stuff like that, but nothing too crazy. But there's always something going on, especially once training camp comes back up there.
Oh, we're gonna be up there. I'm bringing some friends out.
Do you live up there?
I live in Melissa, yeah.
Okay, I don't even know what Melissa is, but
Yeah, it's far. Just living at that far.
but yeah,
Yeah.
When you go up there, let me know.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I'm actually gonna watch a hockey game up there tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to do a broadcast after that. I mean, just come up there,
Oh, yeah.
watch some hockey or whatever, right? Cool. We always start the show off with positive words. We also got to end it with positive words. But before that, I got to shout out my guy Austin that's in the building. Shout out Austin Vincent, that's my dog. Make sure y'all checking out everything he do. Go run his episode back. It's a great episode, man. What did you say on the show? You know, what's motion?
You gotta be a pro.
To have motion.
Having motion.
There we go.
What does that mean exactly?
So when I explained that on the podcast,
Come on over. You gotta explain this. You said something that was always.
Shout out to my guy Rico Taylor, man. He's really a myth and a legend out here in Dallas.
I
man.
appreciate that.
Look for the guy with the backwards hat. If you out, look for the guy with tattoos,
The backwards cap.
backwards clap,
Especially for the-
cut off t-shirt.
Oh no, for sure. It's like if you see Rico Taylor anywhere, he's gonna be in some sort of attire that he's in today. But no, when I mentioned that on my episode, shout out to Ray Ray as well.
Appreciate
I was saying that motion, the definition of motion is constant movement, right? So, and I feel like in Dallas, we're missing that part of the collaboration part when it comes to what motion really means, right? So a lot of people have motion everywhere, right? But what I was telling Ray was, I said, you have to become a professional at having motion, which means that's almost like, I used to play football. If I put all my time into pushing positive energy out here, positive motion, things going on, events, just long as I'm pressing that gas forward, I have some sort of motion that's pushing me forward. So I had to become a professional at having motion, which turns into promotion.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I spin.
You know what I'm noticing about Dallas a lot lately, and it's like in the last 3 months, it's becoming more international.
Yeah.
And when I say more international, like we have events now where people are pushing like Afro beats.
Yeah.
A year ago,
Nobody.
that wasn't happening, right?
No.
Or that would happen in Addison or some weird place no one heard about it. But that's coming to the big venues now, where you have Afro beats on the rooftops. So we had a R&B party on Sunday night on the rooftop at Vice Park, and the guy with the saxophone playing saxophone R&B, and that's something that a year ago that wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or 2 years ago. So I think Dallas is getting a lot more of that international feel. This Saturday we have a Brazilian party on the rooftop where the Brazilian DJs are coming doing this. And I went to Brazil for Carnival this year, and that was the most epic place I've ever been, bro. Rio.
Yeah.
It's fire, dude.
Yeah.
I fell in love with that, and I fell in love with the vibes. So when someone hit me up and said, "Hey, I got this Brazilian party,"
Yes,
you sold
let's
me.
go.
You sold me. I was like, I want to feel that in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I think Dallas is turning into that instead of that cookie cutter bullshit that it was before. So I don't know what the trend is. I don't know what's happening, but I'm feeling it a lot in the nightlife.
Yeah.
And I love it because
Yeah.
it gives me a lot more other alleys to
Yeah.
explore, and not only that, my reach to different people.
And that's the thing. There's so many different niches
There is.
that can be filled.
There is.
If you loophole yourself into one thing,
Right.
you're screwed.
Right.
You're screwed.
Right. Before it used to be kind of like hip hop,
Yep.
EDM.
Yeah.
It's separated, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah.
And now there's like 5 different things. There's Afro beats, there's Latin house, there's hip hop,
Yeah.
there's EDM, there's techno, and it's actually amazing that it's happening here. And I think it kind of comes from the coast.
Yeah.
But I feel like Dallas is really taking that, and I'm also noticing like Dallas is becoming like the new LA, right? It's better than LA is now, but it's becoming what LA was.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool vibes. Like the coffee shops are cool now, right? The coffee shop vibes, go yoga and stuff like that. It's getting that big, dope city vibes, dude.
Yeah.
So I think the next
Dallas
few
is
years,
finding its identity.
it is.
It's finding its.
It is, dude.
It's now finding its identity.
And people are proud of their cultures now more than ever, right? Like the Mexicans are proud to be Mexicans.
Yeah.
The Brazilians are proud to be Brazilians, and that's coming together in Dallas. And then now everyone's commingling, and it's becoming a vibe, what it should be.
And see what you're able to do in your degree, like you said with Johnny Cabrones, you're
Right.
able to capitalize off of all these things.
Right.
You have a venue for everything.
Right.
Like you said, Memorial Day, we got hip hop over here,
Yep.
EDM over here. I got both of them. Which one you want?
What do you want? I'll give you what you want.
Heads or tails? Which one you want?
And also, I'm treating Vice Park as like my international place where I'm doing these huge. We did an African New Year's party in And bro, it's one of the dopest things I've ever seen. You know, everyone came dressed in their African attire. The music was amazing. Girls were beautiful, and like, I would never see that if I didn't have that on my venue.
Yeah,
And now,
yeah.
like, that's something like I would want to see.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about LA. Like, people, like, everything's kind of commingling, and people are seeing different sides and be like, holy shit, I didn't even know that was dope.
Yeah.
So I want to leave it on that. But yeah, Dallas is definitely changing, and it's changing in the right way. And I think people are coming together more than ever.
Yeah. And that's what you
Do
need.
you guys
to.
feel that too?
Yeah, for sure. And here's the thing too now, like, just because you work with someone, that doesn't mean
Right.
you're going to be lesser than this person.
Right.
People are afraid to do that. They feel
Yeah.
like they're going to be
Right.
taking a backseat to someone. No,
Right.
fuck that, bro.
Yeah.
If I could collab with you on anything, there's so many
Right.
people I collab with so many different things. And I'm like, yeah. But it's got to be the right people you collab with.
Because before it used to be like, there's a white club, there's a black club, there's a Hispanic club, you know, and
Yep. It was like that, yes.
it
yeah.
was like
Yeah.
like 3-4 years ago, right? And now, like, that's kind of going out the window, and it's just like there's just a club.
Yeah.
And we can have fun. You come in here with good attitude, no bull. Like, it's a vibe.
And that's why you hear, like, if you listen to it, like in the music, you can hear country 1 minute, you can hear
Bro.
R&B 1 minute,
Yep.
you can hear
Yep.
hip hop 1 minute,
Right.
EDM the next minute.
Right.
It's all
Right.
people like it all.
And that's what kind of Morgan
Yeah.
Wallen has brought
Yeah.
to the country
Yeah.
side, right? He'll be doing. He has a song with Little Dirk,
Yeah.
or what's his name?
A Big X plug. Oh, no, not a Big X plug. Someone else got some.
Someone big as
yeah,
plugs
yeah.
on country.
Yeah.
So like that country movement is insane right now. You know, you got Post Malone doing
Yeah.
country and all this stuff. So it's like everything's kind of like, even in that aspect, it's coming.
Y'all need to
together.
thank Nelly for that. Nelly was the first one to
Nelly
do
was the
that.
first one.
Y'all need to thank Nelly for that.
Yeah. But
Nelly got you boys paid, all right?
But I think Dallas in the next few years it's just gonna get better and better, and I could see the trends of nightlife, and it's dope what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Like, we always start off the show. Shout out my dog, Austin.
I want to
pulled up real
piggyback on
quick.
one more thing that Rico Taylor said when he was finishing his closing comments. He said, being, you know, like you said, working hard and all that, everybody comes through and say that. But he said something that was so important that trumps hard work. It trumps who you know, what you can do, your talent, everything. And it's all about being a good person. And in the nightlife, when you see Rico Taylor, you don't know what kind of person he is when you see him.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. He's a busy guy. He got
Yeah.
a lot going on. But just from him saying what he said today, you just know for a fact that he is a good person.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Facts.
that.
That's facts 100%, bro.
Like, and I wanted to. I appreciate you saying that, man, because Dallas is missing the good energy, man. Positive energy. We need more of that.
What do you think that's coming from? Just people, like what's creating that bad energy? People just they feel like they need to shit on people for themselves to get better.
I think that is a lot. Unfortunately, I think that is a lot. And I hate to use this term, but it is what it is. Gatekeeping.
Yeah.
You have people that want to be gatekeepers, feel like nothing can come through here unless it comes through me, or
Right.
I want my cut of it, or
Right.
you know, you get on when I say you want to get on. There are a lot of people out there like that, but a lot of those dudes, they're dying off. Like, your time is passing y'all by. There's a new generation and a new people, like just new media and new different things. A lot of y'all about to get passed by.
Right.
So you got to change your mindset, because there's a lot of people in here that trying to grind and get it, and they'll do whatever it takes to get it, and they're willing to work with other people. Like, you got people that are really working together.
Right.
That's unstoppable. Yeah. There's only so much one person can do on their own.
You still have a conscious decision
Yeah.
to
Right.
be a good person every day. That's one thing that God gave us. Every day we wake up, like a person that knows they're going to commit a crime, they know they're going to commit that
Right.
crime when they wake up.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, like, you can choose
Right.
to be a good person and treat people the right way, regardless of whatever the situation is. Like,
Yeah.
I done been in all kind of stuff in Dallas. Like, named and been all through all kinds of stuff. That's not true at all.
That's
But
another
I
story for
had
another day,
to-
dog.
Of course. But I had to stay focused on, like, okay, am I going to let the little he say, she say stuff deter me away from being the person that I know that God called me to be?
Yeah, yeah.
And I know, I say, if I focus my energy on negativity and what people are saying and trying to keep up with the night, like, honestly, keeping up with the nightlife is crazy in Dallas. It's almost like keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
It's like, if
Drama.
I remember when I could not get into, I remember when I could not get in the 5 a.m. theater. I remember when I could not get into Concrete Cowboy. I remember when I could get in the sporting club. I remember when I couldn't, and I had to work. I had to partner up with my guys and do different things, but I had to show my value first before I was able to be granted that access to the other side.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's great people on the other side. You just got to make it to that side first. You
gotta get
just
in front
got to
of them,
make it first.
Right.
But
No,
I appreciate those words, man.
Like I said, I think Dallas is becoming better. I think it's such a good market, and there's so much to come here. I think people could prosper.
Yeah.
So there's no reason not having to belittle people or do that. I think everyone can find their way and make it. And I think people are figuring that out. You know, and I think with time, you know, I think things will get better and better.
Oh,
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
Good Latimer District is Dallas, Las Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
They got to understand what's going on.
Wait till them casinos come to Dallas. It's coming.
You think they're coming?
I think they're
I
coming.
don't think they're
Is
coming.
Dre's? Is Dre's actually coming?
We're talking about this off air. We're talking about this off air.
Like, I heard about
Hey,
that. Like,
but you know, we always start off the show with positive words, so we got to end with positive words. All right. Like I told the message I said earlier, if you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. Consistency is the key. Now, get your swag on, rub your hands like your Birdman. Tell yourself, I will boss up mentally. I will boss up spiritually. I will boss up physically. And I will boss up financially. Invest in yourself. It's your boy, Ray. Ray's podcast. My guy, Rico Taylor. My dog, Austin Vincent. We're going to catch y'all next time we out here. Yo.
5 years, man. Let's do it.
Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm